For the first time since 2011, Alabama opens the season at home inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. When the #1 ranked Crimson Tide take the field against Utah State on Saturday night, it will be just the third ever meeting between the two schools. Alabama's won both matchups against the Aggies, with the last back in 2005, a 35-3 victory. 2005 was the last time Utah State played against Alabama, but it's not the last time head coach Blake Anderson faced the Crimson Tide. Anderson led Arkansas State against Alabama in 2018, a game the Crimson Tide won 57-7. Anderson is in his second season as head coach at Utah State. Before becoming the Aggies head coach, Anderson spent the previous 6 seasons as head coach at Arkansas State.
Blake Anderson has done a really good job there. This team can play, really in any conference and do well. They ended up a top 25 team a year ago. They won 11 games, beat a couple Pac-12 teams.
Last season, Utah State had one of the best seasons in program history. The Aggies finished 11-3, won the Mountain West Championship, and finished the season with a 24-13 victory over Oregon State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. The Aggies opened the 2022 season last Saturday with a come-from-behind 31-20 victory over Connecticut. After falling behind 14-0 in the first quarter, the Aggies outscored the Huskies 31-6 to close out the game.
They're a fast team. They like to do tempo a little bit. They have a really great offensive line. They're big up front. Their running back is a shifty guy. He likes to hit the ball downhill. So, it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're ready. We've been practicing, preparing for them. But, I think they're a great team, and it's going to be a good challenge for us.
Utah State finished with 542 yards of offense, led by quarterback Logan Bonner. Bonner had a very efficient performance, finishing 20 of 29 for 281 yards with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Bonner has faced the Crimson Tide before, as he was the quarterback for Arkansas State back in that 2018 matchup. Calvin Tyler Jr. led the Aggies in rushing, averaging almost 5 yards per carry with 162 yards on 33 attempts. Their most efficient runner was Robert Briggs. Briggs gained 85 yards on just 10 carries with a touchdown and was named the Mountain West Freshman of the Week. Logan Bonner's favorite target was graduate senior Brian Cobbs. Cobbs had a team-leading 8 receptions for 108 yards with an 11-yard touchdown reception from Bonner late in the fourth quarter. The Utah State defense held UConn to 364 total yards while forcing 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble.
They do a really good job of stunning and pressuring. That's been kind of their forte. They were one of the leading teams in the country last year in tackles for loss and creating negative plays. So you got to be patient. And I think when you get a hat on the hat, you've got a really good chance to make plays against them, but that's always the challenge. And they've got good players. They play hard. They're physical. They're tough. I think our guys are, anxious and ready to go and, see how we go out and execute against, what we think is a pretty good defensive team.
For us, obviously, everyone loves big plays, explosive plays. But for us, however we can get points on the board is what we want to do. So when those big explosive plays are there, we want to do our best to make sure we take advantage of that. And if we have to, if it has to be a 3-4 yard run game, whatever it may be, short passes, whatever we need for us, it's just about taking what the defense gives us.
On special teams, Connor Coles nailed his only field goal of the game, a 45-yard kick as the first half ended. And punter Stephen Kotzenlee had a fantastic performance, averaging 48.2 yards per kick with a long of 59 yards. When Coach Saban leads the Crimson Tide onto the field on Saturday night, it will be his 96th game as head coach of the team that is ranked #1 in the Associated Press poll. To put that into perspective, that's 75 more than the next active coach. Dabo Swinney is second with 21. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. on Saturday night inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. The game will be broadcast on the SEC Network. Reporting from the Crimson Tide Production Studio inside Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm Christopher England with Tide TV.